Alright, so this is final decision time.
For now.
This is where you decide the ending that you're going to get in Cyberpunk. And I've got a lot to say about the game, so as I play through the ending here for y'all, you got the subtitles there, so you know what they're saying. I'm going to talk over it. I'm going to basically review the game, tell you all my thoughts, tell you what I thought when I first started playing it, when I was kind of like halfway playing it, and what I think overall at the end, and give it like a final review. Now, there's a lot of good things about this game, especially when I first started playing it. I really loved it. I actually thought this was going to be the best game ever. But the more you play it, the more you realize things, the more you notice things. And just for the record, I was playing on PC. I played my playthrough on PC. I played for about 80 hours, I think, so I explored the city. I was having a lot of fun. And my review reflects only the PC version. I can't talk about the console versions. I've heard they're an absolute nightmare, borderline unplayable, or actually literally unplayable at some stages. And from what I hear, the patches and fixes so far have been ineffective. But I'm thankful I haven't touched it on console. On PC, it has been quite playable. It's been okay. And right here, I can't get the ending that I've heard about, which I think you have to do a lot of side quests for, which is like Johnny's ending.
Hold on a minute.
So unfortunately I have to do this ending. I have to trust Arasaka. But anyway, it is what it is. We're going to go with this Arasaka ending, and then it's actually pretty good. They're going to, like, you get teleported to the point of no return, and then you can actually, the game gives you a chance to do all of the endings, to play through all the endings. Anyway, let's get on to the good things about the game. Visually, the game's stunning. I love it. There's a lot to look at. It looks incredible. On a really good high-end PC like mine, it looks fantastic. Like, I can't fault it. If you have like a really good system and a good 4K monitor, this game looks absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. The story is incredible. I love the story. I was immersed. It's probably that, and the visuals are like its strengths, definitely. Keanu's great in this. Occasionally, maybe get a bit of a hint of overacting, and that's coming from like probably one of Keanu's #1 fans. But it's like in a good way. I don't know how to explain it. You have to play the game for yourself. I guess it's the memes that are coming to my mind. I'm gonna actually post my favorite Keanu Johnny Silverhand memes on my Instagram page, so y'all should check that out. But the story's incredible. I love the story. The characters are phenomenal. I love the characters. Again, back to visuals. The character models look incredible. I love the character models in this. Absolutely amazing. And most of the gameplay, like the gunplay and melee combat's pretty damn good for the most part. I really like some of the gadget guns, like the smart guns. You get all sorts of futuristic type of guns. One of my favorites is like the rifle. It's like no, it's not a smart rifle. It's like or a super rifle. You'll see it momentarily. Once we get into some action, which will be soon, you're going to see the rifle, my favorite item. Handguns are pretty cool. There's some pretty cool handguns. Shotguns are awesome as well. Mantis blades are a little bit disappointing. But I'm going to get into the disappointing parts shortly. Mantis blades are included in on that because they took away a lot of stuff that was supposed to come with their Mantis blades. Now right here, I think we're going to get a big reveal. I have a feeling. I have a feeling that Hanaka's dad is alive. So that murder that we witnessed earlier on in game, I think it might have been part 1 or part 2, I can't remember. The one that led to Jackie's death. Oh, it's a hologram. It's a Star Wars hologram. This is Star Wars shit here. So it's like his consciousness has been put into a machine or something. This is like futuristic shit that I kind of saw coming. I thought he was still alive. Or I thought he was cloned. But I'm assuming it's his consciousness. Anyway, so the visuals, the story, Johnny Silverhand, Keanu Reeves, the character models, the characters, they're all great. The city is great, and this is actually what's going to... I'm going to transition over to the negatives, because there's a lot more negatives than positives, unfortunately, with this game. So, the city, there's a lot to look at, but not much to do. And what I mean by that is, there's a lot going on. On the PC version, there's a lot of pedestrians out there, and they're all supposed to have their daily, unique day and night cycles, or life. The living life in the city, you're supposed to be able to like follow them around or whatever, and they're living their day-to-day life. They all have different schedules and whatnot. You literally talk to one of the pedestrians, or one of the AI pedestrians in the street. They have pretty much the same kind of, what do you want? What are you looking at? Response. You can't interact with them. They don't really have any sort of specific cycle. A lot of the pedestrians, the models, are repeated, sometimes within footsteps of each other. I'll literally walk past the same model, like right behind, like I'll go past a model right behind them, and they'll be like the exact same model, the exact same person walking around. So I guess they you can tell that the game's been rushed out. You can't interact with pedestrians at all. It's just it takes away from the immersiveness. You can't have a conversation with anyone. You can't follow anyone around and determine what they might be doing or what their life's all about. It's very bland, very boring. So the AI is the next thing I'm going to mention. Now, alright, so the pedestrian's one thing. Before I get into AI, what I mean by the city, there's a lot to look at, but not much to do.
Will you stay with us?
I went into my apartment, I was going to get ready to go to a nightclub. There was a really awesome warehouse underground type heavy metal nightclub. They're playing heavy metal music. My type of place. Black metal music they were playing, actually. It's my type of place that I'd go to in real life. Anyway, I went there once, I was doing a mission, so I couldn't interact with anything. So I went back there on my own, and I was live streaming the gameplay on Twitch, actually. I got dressed up in my bling. I put on a really awesome outfit. If you want to check out the playthrough, you can check out like the Cyberpunk 2077 playthrough that I've put together here on YouTube. All my videos are uploaded here, my playthroughs, so you can probably check that footage out. I can't remember which part it was. You'll have to just check it out. And when I went there, you couldn't interact with anyone. I went to buy a drink. Every time you go to buy a drink in any bar or nightclub or whatever, it puts you into your inventory menu, so you can just buy drinks and add them to your inventory. You can't actually drink at the bar. Like, you can't actually pick up a drink and physically drink it there. It's just so stupid. You buy these stupid drinks and power-ups, it just goes into your inventory. It just takes away from the immersiveness. There's a casino. You can't gamble in the casino. You know, food stands. Night markets and food stalls around the city. You can't even talk to the person operating the food stand. You can't order food. It's just there for show. It's like they rushed this out and they didn't complete the game. It is like an unfinished game.
I am late. Apologies.
The story mode, like, if you just do the campaign,
My brother.
without exploring, just play through the story. The game's great, but it's supposed to be like an RPG, an action RPG.
Begin without him.
It definitely takes away from the immersiveness when there's nothing really you can do. You know, I also noticed that when I got my motorbike, Jackie's motorbike was the first one I got. I think I've got 2 or 3 different bikes now. But there's no one else in the city that rides a motorbike at all. It's just cars. Why is there no one else riding a motorbike? It just little things like that that take away from the immersiveness, you know. You can't interact with anyone really except pedestrians that just say the same thing. A lot of them have like repeated over and over. There's like probably 2 or 3 different generic responses. And like I mentioned with the food stands, you can't even buy food at the food stands. I could just spend... If you could interact with everything that way, I could spend hours upon hours just buying food, trying different types of noodles, talking to the person, being able to, you know, actually interact with them. I think every NPC in the game should have some sort of different story to tell, some sort of different life that we can question them about or query about, or, you know, occasionally, fair enough, someone might tell you to fuck off or don't talk to me, but others you should be able to actually have a conversation with them. You can't have a conversation with anyone in the city. Which brings me back to the black metal nightclub. Like, Not just the bar, you can't talk to anyone in the crowd. Everyone's just programmed to do a dance. You can dance there. Like, I went to the DJ stand. I thought maybe, like, at the DJ booth, I could probably try and change songs, request a song, or spin the turntables or something. Nothing. You can't do anything. There's literally, like, nothing in the nightclub you can do. I can't even go somewhere and sit down. You should be able to go to the bar, buy a drink, choose a seat, sit down, maybe go to the booth, VIP area or something, talk to different people. They tell you different things. Maybe someone tries to sell you a bit something funny. You know, it's a nightclub. These sorts of things happen. Hey, you're chasing after something. Like, it's a black metal underground nightclub. These things happen. But it's just there to look at. It's supposed to be an RPG. So, I don't know. It just seems very unfinished for me, and this is someone that was praising the game, calling it the best game of all time, potentially, when I first started playing it. Another plus is the character customizations. That goes into the positives and the cons. I forgot to mention that. Character customization was incredible, awesome, and the outfits in the game are incredible as well. I've spent hours in my apartment just dressing up V and getting ready to go out on a night in the town. But there's a lot that's not really part of the immersiveness factor. It just seems very unfinished. The AI, which is what I mentioned, I think is a huge problem. And promises that weren't kept. So CD Projekt Red told us that there'll be a whole system of the police, corrupted police. You can talk to them, bribe them. There'll be like this whole mini-game thing happening with the police. The police are like the stupidest AI I've ever seen in my life. I think Angry Joe mentioned this. I totally agree. They appear, they disappear out of nowhere. I was driving down a street and a car just flipped over onto its roof out of nowhere, and police started shooting at me. I was driving towards a bridge one time, and these cars just started, I swear to God, falling out of the sky off this bridge. I stopped probably a mile away watching, and then when I drove past to see what was going on, police start shooting me. Here we go, some action, baby. So, the AI is just ridiculous. I mean, the enemies here, they don't flank, they don't do anything. Like, this is my favorite gun, by the way. It's like it charges up. Like, the sound effects and the gun effects are incredible. You can change the sight and make it all futuristic, which I have like this, you know, like a hologram crosshair. Let's see some loot to pick up here. I mean, gameplay and shooting is not bad, but the AI is just absolute crap. So they did tell us that there's going to be this whole system with the police. There are no, other than the NCPD, like, blue areas, which every blue area on the map that you see is like an extra thing you can do. Extras. They're not side missions or quests, they're just extras. Basically, if you go to any blue area, whether it's a fist icon, NCPD icon, question mark, or a skull, all it is you go there, kill the threat in the area, and you're done. They're all the same. They're all the same, and even if you help the police, they still shoot you. There's no interaction, there's no bribing, there's no choice. And they just start shooting me for nothing. Sometimes it's cruising past, doing nothing at all. Oh, let's short circuit this dude. I know how to kill these guys. Aim for their guns. At the start of the game, I didn't know. And I like unloaded most of my ammunition at these things. Oh, look at that headshot. God, I'm good. So this is my favorite gun. I love this thing. So yeah, these mech warrior things, you can definitely take them out by shooting their side cannons. So look at this guy, like, it was coming at me with some sort of electric baton. There's another guy. So yeah, I mean, broken promises, which brings me also like to my next point about the Mantis Blades in a second. But yeah, like NCPD, the police, it's ridiculous. There's nothing in the game that you can, there's no system with the police in the game. You can't do missions for them, interact with them, other than those blue icons, which are nothing. You just go, neutralize the threat. There's usually a couple cops standing there, and there's like 3 bad guys over there. You go there, kill the bad guys, and then you just get like a, yay, you completed the side mission. That's it. The Mantis Blades. So, the original demo I saw, and what CD Projekt Red was going to provide us, was Mantis Blades that you could actually crab walk up walls and stuff, and stealth kill people by, you know, climbing up walls and on the ceiling and go like upside down. It was looking awesome. They just...
At the end of the hall,
the Mantis Blades was something I was looking forward to like the most in this game, and I fully upgraded them, installed them, and they were so disappointing. They do nothing. They have 2 attacks. Just your normal swiping attacks. Ah, I can't turn it off. Okay, well, okay, I've been spotted. I'll just kill everyone. I was just thinking about killing everyone anyway, but then I was gonna go stealth for a second there. I was gonna do it properly. I was gonna show y'all some stealth, but I didn't think time and place for stealth. I think the camera's dead. You can also shoot people from walls here potentially. So yeah, Mantis Blades, 2 basic attacks, and I did a couple, not videos, but in my playthroughs, I used the Mantis Blades a lot. I was just running into areas and killing everyone with Mantis Blades. They have 2 attacks. Hold down the button so he just swipes away, and then you can hold the button. You can hold the right button, the right mouse button, and he does like a lunging strong attack. That's it. Strong attack and swipe attacks. That's all it does. It's just so much wasted potential, is what I'm trying to say. And these are like... the Mantis Blades was like one of the unique elements in the game that was going to be like a big part of it. Oh, what's that? An epic? That'll be crafting materials. So yeah, super disappointing. That's what I was most disappointed with my PC playthroughs. It's like an unfinished game. Surely I can go through there. It's glass, goddammit. Come on, man. Let's just find a door. I give up.
Got a problem.
Now the other thing, people that say there are no bugs on PC, they're lying, because I had plenty of bugs. Basically like breaking someone's neck and he just stands there in a crucified position. It's just, I'll show you what I mean when I get a moment. One time I broke a guy's neck, threw him in a bin, he disappeared before I closed the bin lid, and then he was shooting me while invisible. He started yelling at me because I killed him, threw him in the bin, and all of a sudden he's shooting me, but he's invisible. You know, I was in a crucified position, like, while driving a car, outside a car, that had no sunroof. Quests that would bug, you couldn't complete. Oh, what was that? Some sort of weird lag or something. So fortunately there's a lot of auto-saving here, so you can always revert back to like an old save. So it wasn't like a huge deal.
Hold your fire! I'm taking fire!
Yeah, you're taking fire. No shit, you're taking fire. But like, the bugs for me on PC, maybe I'd take a point away. They weren't that bad. I don't think I crashed at all during my 80 hours playthrough. The game ran very well, although something funny that happened is I've been playing on 4K ultra graphic settings with ray tracing on. Now, when I turned ray tracing off, my my frames per second significantly dropped. So then I put my graphic settings on high, also with ray tracing off on 4K, and I think the frames per second, they dropped even more. Frames dropped even more. So, and then I put it back to Ultra with ray tracing on it, it ran fine. So I think there's something bugged with the graphics maybe. That could be driver related as well. But with all the bugs I've been hearing about and experienced some myself, I'm not surprised. Hey, I'm happy playing on Ultra 4K with ray tracing. No problem.
2067. An Arasaka bodyguard shields the Emperor of Japan from an assassin's bullet.
So that was another strange bug, but that's obviously, I don't know, the bugs, there was nothing like, there was one time, I have to make a short video of this. It might be highlighted on my Twitch channel actually. I was driving really slowly, scanning the environment, trying to do a quest. The quest required you to scan out of your car. I was driving at about 5 kilometers an hour. I don't know how many miles an hour that is. It's very slow. I ran into a pedestrian and the car flipped over onto its roof. It was hilarious. Grenades. Take the grenades, my friends. So this is a smart handgun here. Nice headshots there. But yeah, my favorite's the rifle. So that was weird, but obviously it's something you can laugh at. It's funny. You can laugh it off and then go back and do the mission. Because I think the car exploded and then killed me. And I was just... What can you do but laugh? Oh no, not this guy. And these boss battles, like, that just took away 3% of his goddamn health. 2%. There's gonna be a lengthy one. Some of these boss battles are ridiculous. Do you think maybe he needs to take out these towers? Reminds me of Judge Dredd, those inhalers. Oh! Just gonna keep moving. This is a shotgun. Smart. What the hell? Smart shotgun. It's usually pretty powerful, but it only has like 4 shots. So probably not ideal to use against this dude. I'm just trying to swap guns to see what potentially does the most damage. So yeah, man, these boss battles are a bit tedious. You just have to kind of run, dodge, duck and weave. It would be better if they maybe made it a bit more clever. There's nothing really to it. Just try not to get hit and keep shooting. It's not like Dark Souls or something. Which, by the way, I'm going to be playing Demon Souls live soon on PS5 on Twitch TV. So what are you waiting for? If you don't follow me on Twitch, join me there now. Throwing the occasional grenade, they seem to do nothing. Oh shit! So I want to stay out of that. So what other bugs? Just random quests that, you know, you couldn't complete. You might not be able to talk to an NPC and then you go back to a previous save and then all of a sudden it works. Annoying little things like that that could be fixed, I think, quite easily, you'd assume. But the ones I've heard about on PlayStation 4 and Xbox, previous generation consoles, I've heard they're pretty bad. But, like I said, my review? Oh shit! My review is based on the PC version that I played, so... The glitches and bugs weren't that bad, and definitely weren't anywhere near unplayable. And I'm gonna waste a lot of ammo on this guy. I thought he might have a weak spot there, but I don't think so. I think he just takes a lot of shots. Run, Forrest. And I guess I've covered off just about everything. Oh, what the hell is this? Fireworks. Oh, man. So this is a bit more interesting. He brings his friends over. It's still not exactly a Dark Souls battle. But the game's definitely not perfect. Like, that apology video, which I also uploaded to my channel and commented on, watched with everyone. Alright, we're into the 40% region now. Oh, the sticky one. Sticky nades. It took away 1%. Are you kidding me? It's a damn grenade. Alright, I'm gonna use his... I think he dropped this. Or one of the guys dropped it. It's doing like no damage, what the hell? But you can't sprint with this. What the hell? That should have taken away some health. This is like a super heavy gun. I can barely move, but look at this! 1% all those shots. Ah! Alright, man. We're getting him there, we're getting there. Damn! Alright. Can't go near that shit. Give me a break. Those grenades did nothing. Are you kidding me? I think the rifle's the best. It's like every shot's almost like 1%. Get away. Alright. So, this is it. This is like the end. I guess repetitive is another negative. The city, it's just littered with all these spots. Look, the side missions are pretty fun. The side quests. The story is a lot of fun. The story is hands down one of the best parts. But all the other little areas on the map, the question marks, the skulls, all the blue areas are just so repetitive. It's just, you're doing the same shit. That was a nice shot. You just go in there, take out kill the enemies, and you get street cred for it, or a reward. You get to pick up some cash or whatever. That's it. Oh shit! Not this guy. All right, he's going down now. 14%. So yeah, it's repetitive, and they just got lazy. Like it's like the same mission. Every blue mark on the map is the same thing. Just a random location with 3 or 4 criminals around there, and that's it.
Adam
Gotcha.
Smasher. Finally. Done.
Please tell me we get to
gone.
kill him. I want to shoot him.
Your take, Johnny. Son of a bitch.
Johnny boy!
It's basically scrap.
You're going down.
Suppose you'll have to do. And Smasher, don't bother trying to get up. You
Alright,
pile of
alright.
junk.
Had a bit of like strange lag there. I don't know, never had that happen before. Could be the recording software though. Boom!
How about that, Johnny? That was for you.
Alright, let's go finish this now. It shouldn't be too far away, I'm hoping. I'm sure that would be probably the last big boss battle.
Almost.
There.
I am as well. Remember, do not harm a hair on his head.
I remember. Privilege is all yours.
So this is the dude that killed his dad.
With violent ends.
What the hell? He's got Dracula's outfit. Cape. It's massive. What sort of robe is that? Should be here any minute. And then you're in big trouble.
Be here any sec now. Until then, supposed to watch you. So don't try anything.
Hanako.
Nisa.
And as far as the game goes, I think that's about all the commentary I have on it. I guess I'll wait to finish this and then give it an overall review. I don't see my current number that I have in my head that I'm going to give this game at the moment, the PC version. Just want to make that clear. I want to make that very clear because people on console are probably going to give me a lot of flack.
And you.
But overall,
I must stay with my brother.
it started off really great because my expectations were so high. I've been waiting for this for like a decade. And it started off really awesome. It started off fantastically, amazingly awesome. The character customization was incredible. I really enjoyed that. I couldn't wait to just get into the game so I could make another character and play through again, just to get into that character customization.
Fate is a fickle mistress.
But overall,
What now?
it ended up being disappointing, I have to
Spend
tell
your
you.
whole life
Each day that you keep playing, it gets more and more disappointing. You find more things that are missing. You try and interact with things that you can't. You just realize there's so much to look at, but nothing to do. That's a good way to put it. So much to look at, but almost nothing to do in the city, in this supposedly super lively city.
In addition, numerous brain functions remain dormant.
Alright, so
The neural impulses have been rerouted to the neural processor, a temporary measure.
When can I expect a full report?
let's see if
I will send it by the
Hanako has kept her promise.
My congratulations again on your success.
So she removed the chip. I'm hoping we're at the
Please
Arasaka
prepare the
clinic.
patient's room.
So it looks like we're in outer space now.
Trouble remembering how I got here.
Some memories you have lost permanently. Others will return in time. You must stay calm. Your neural processor is overburdened.
You know, in the end,
Unnecessary
after I was
stress
doing all
response
the
will
extra
only make things
things
worse.
around the city, I just kind of got over it and thought, you know what, I'm just going to finish the story. It's not the type of game that has immersed me enough to, or motivated me enough to want to spend time in it. There are Batman games that have been more immersive than this.
Everything is in order.
No. I feel
Like chicken tonight.
empty,
I feel like chicken
as
tonight.
if I'm being pulled, stretched.
Where are you being pulled? Hey! Your pee-pee? Is your
Please
pee-pee
take the
being pulled?
patient
Even she
away.
laughed at my joke. Did you see that? She smirked. Is pee-pee being pulled?
Notepad. Progression and its further trajectory remain unclear. Removing the tumors proved a difficult task. But the operation on the engram was the real challenge.
Let's go.
Okay. So it looks
The ship
like
Theseus, dismantled into component parts and reassembled, still the same ship.
we made it.
Please take
Maybe-
the patient away. We
Yeah, look,
are
we're in outer space here. What the hell? We're on a shuttle
mentally conjoined twins.
or a space station.
Yes. In the end, even
I hear the cuckoo calling and long for Kyoto.
Where is my mind? 45A.
Please rest.
This is my room.
A doctor will be with you shortly.
Okay, I rest. So this is basically the end of the game. Just going to show everyone the ending that I'm about to get here. It's the Hanako Arasaka ending on a spaceship where we were promised to get the chip removed. I would have helped Johnny. That would have been my preferred ending. But I think you have to do side missions for it. I'm not 100% sure. It's my first playthrough, so give me a break. I'll have to look up how to get the endings. If I get enough interest and people want to see the other endings, I'll be happy to do it. You just have to let me know. Speak up, leave a comment.
Cognitive function
Down below.
test. Solve the cube.
I can do this with one hand, I think. We got it, one more! Come on, man! We got this! Ah! Holy shit.
Hey, listen.
Hey.
This test. Go on much longer?
We need very precise data.
Can't stand this anymore.
Thank you guys for tuning in this long if you've watched this whole time. I appreciate it. There's only a few minutes to go, I think. We've got to do these tests, and I'm assuming something will happen. Things aren't going quite well for V. We're just doing these tests over and over again. He can't solve the cube. I'm assuming he should be able to.
Step. Respond to the key words. No thinking, just the first word that comes to mind. Loyalty.
Johnny.
Johnny!
Please respond to each term with the first thing that comes to mind.
Quick as I can.
Johnny.
I'm thinking right.
Humanity.
Johnny.
It doesn't matter what you choose, I don't think.
Please step onto the treadmill.
Alright.
As quickly as you can, without thinking about it. V.
No.
No.
Cognitive function test. Solve the cube.
Should I throw it? No, let's just solve it. I know that he can do it. Done.
It worked.
We're going home, baby. We're going home. Right?
Good morning. Please get up.
Please get up. Please get up. Oh.
Morning.
Reprehensible place. I hate it. It could drive one insane.
What do you want?
They asked me to speak to you.
Fine. So what do you have to tell me?
I fear I'm the bearer of bad news. Listen to me. The procedure was a success. We removed the biochip. But the damage it wrought proved enormous. At the genetic level, altered DNA. The kind you would find in those suffering from radiation sickness. And sadly, it's lethal.
So you're telling me I'm gonna die?
All the options have yet to be exhausted.
What other options are there? Already gone under the knife once.
Arasaka Corporation has the capability to cheat death. All we require from you is a dose of trust.
Trusted you once already.
You may join our pilot. I fear your body is no longer of any use.
I just want the ending now. I can't be bothered listening to this guy's gibberish.
store it in Mikoshi.
Just spit it out, dude. Are we gonna be
Why can't I
okay?
just get a new body?
We have yet to solve the compatibility issue.
Doesn't sound like you had much.
So it
of a
looks like we're
problem
gonna
with
get our
Saburo
consciousness
Arasaka.
stored,
You have
and
no
then
offspring.
we'll eventually
Nor
get a
do
new
you
body.
have an entire clinic focused
Maybe Johnny's not
solely
gonna be in
on
like
your care.
Cyberpunk 2 or the DLC. I don't know.
So let's say I agree. Land in Arasaka's soul prison. Put myself at their mercy. Do I even need to ask about the...
All is set forth in a contract, guaranteed therein. You must merely sign it. If you wish to live, that is. Now, since a
I'm just-
digitized psyche is not legally an individual, the contract entails relinquishing your rights.
What are our options though? If we don't want to sign, what else do we do?
No. Not about to become the property of Arasaka Corp.
Current participants of the program are all well-known, influential people. We have yet to receive any complaints.
And if I refuse?
Your belongings are packed. A shuttle will take you back to Earth, and you will be dead before winter. It's no easy decision, I know.
So I got two different
Think it
endings
through carefully.
that we can probably choose from here. I want to live, so I'm gonna sign the contract because I think maybe like we'll get a
wanna
cool
live.
ending and I don't know, we'll reunite with Johnny and
As
the
do
Arasaka
once.
machine and the hard drive or something, and then maybe I
There's
don't
no
know.
point in delay. We can begin immediately.
I mean, so far this is a pretty shitty ending. You know what I mean?
See you in the future, I hope.
Yes. See you. Our staff will take it from here.
I like how we're in space and everything, but I wish we had a bit more freedom.
Hey,
Maybe a
what's
couple
your name?
missions up here.
Hajime,
Maybe like
let me ask you something.
on the
What would you say to a person who walked
on the
right into their greatest foe's
surgery
chamber
table,
to save their
surgical
life?
table, just still a
would say,
what do they call it? Scalpel,
alright,
and just
But do not
kill the
forget to bring it
surgeon
home.
before he does something to us, and then try and escape and melee kill other people around here, and then try and get off the shuttle, and you have to like take this little mini shuttle and you know take it for a ride through space and get back to Earth, land back to I don't know, something cool, you know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to make it up on the spot. I look pretty cool though, don't I? That's. Did we get to see my character before this? That's actually what I customized him to look like. Awesome eyes. I wish my eyes were like that. I think it would suit me. He's kind of got my facial hair, but I just clipped mine a little bit shorter. I did have it probably more his length, maybe a bit longer. Oh, it looks so sad. I guess wouldn't you be if you're getting your consciousness taken out? Yeah. My stubble and beard were more like his. A bit longer than his. It was starting to get a bit out of control. So I trimmed it down. If I get copyrighted for this song, by the way, you won't see this, it'll be removed. I'm gonna trim it out. I don't know what this song is. Sounds good though. I did pick the option to not have copyright music in the game, in the options menu. That's it. Alright, instead of going to the credits, or through the credits, whatever, I'm not going to let them roll. That is it. That's Cyberpunk. That's the ending we got. So we're going to get our consciousness removed, stored into the Arasaka hard drive, and then God knows what's going to happen from there. So I guess there are different endings. So the ending's not going to change my score. Like I said, the game feels very unfinished. There's so many. Like when I got my hands on this game, when I first started playing it on launch day, I was so happy. I loved it. I could not wait to come back home from work and continue playing. Character customization was awesome. The story started out flawlessly, continued on very, very strong. The story I can't really fault. I love the story in this. I wish it was longer. The game became extremely repetitive. Some annoying bugs, glitches, lifeless world. Like on PC, I'm pretty happy with how many like other civilian lives there are, pedestrians on the street and all that. But you can't interact with them. They give you like one stupid response, and it's the same for everybody. They just got very lazy. AI, shocking. The police, absurd. It's just very overall was disappointing because my expectations were up here through the roof in space where we are right now, where we ended up as V. They were in space. They were super high. I thought that CD Projekt Red would not let us down at all. I thought this would be absolutely perfect. Maybe a couple bugs here and there. The Witcher 3 had some bugs, but nothing major. It was still a phenomenal game, and I think maybe they got a bit cocky and just thought, hey, we made The Witcher 3, so we're going to work this out. This is going to be awesome no matter what. But, you know, the video, the apology, they made it sound like some of the execs in CD Projekt Red are saying that the PC version is like as advertised, as promised. Like, no, they broke a lot of promises. They didn't do a lot of the things. There's a lot of content missing here. A lot of the stuff with the police is not here. The crab crawling on the walls with the mantis blades. Lifeless world can't interact with like food stalls or the people behind them. They don't say anything to you. They just stare at you. You can't interact with goddamn food stalls. Why are they there? Why are they there if you can't interact with them? It just takes away from the immersiveness. So I've already talked about all this. This video's gone on long enough. I have to give this a score. A lot of you know that I rate everything, my games, my movies, whatever I'm reviewing, I rate them all out of 13. It's my creepy scale. So on my creepy scale, out of 13, Cyberpunk gets an 8 out of 13. And, you know, this could have been a hell of a lot higher if it just had those elements that were missing included in the game. If they kept their promises, even if a few things were missing, it would still go up to like a 12-ish, I think. But it's just a lot of those little bits of attention to detail, or in some areas it's big parts of attention to detail that are missing, that they just took too many shortcuts. The game wasn't finished. They should have stuck to their promise. Another broken promise was Cyberpunk will be released when it's ready. When it's ready. They kept saying it. It'll come out when it's ready. It wasn't ready. I don't care what they say. It was not ready. They try and make it out like because the previous generation consoles couldn't run it properly and had all these issues. It wasn't ready at, like, even running on my PC quite well, it still wasn't ready. But having said that, there are a lot of good things about this game. It's so much wasted potential, though. It's disappointing. You know, 8 is like good, enjoyable. Like, it's a pretty decent game at times. It's good at times, but the potential, they missed the mark. Like, they really missed the mark, and just like, I don't want to say they were lying, but the broken promises or the exclusion of features that we were told were going to be in the game is also super disappointing. So overall, on PC, I've got to keep reminding you all, on PC, this game is quite good. It's enjoyable. You can still thoroughly enjoy the game. But like I said, the potential was definitely there to be like a really amazing Game of the Year candidate here at this stage. Like, I don't see them like redoing the AI, changing all the blue missions around so that way like they're more interactive and they're not as repetitive and they're not all the exact same as each other. This is years of work. I don't think they'll do it, but you know, all I can say is let's stay hopeful for some future patches and that maybe we'll get the perfect Cyberpunk. But at the moment, for me, it's an 8 out of 13. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget we are live streaming on Twitch 5 days a week, so what are you waiting for? Join the creepy army on Twitch TV. That's twitch.tv/Bannick13. We also play Diablo 3 there, obviously, as the primary game. And next up, Demon Souls on PlayStation 5.